Hello YouTube, what is up? This is ACNL Insight, and today we're going over fruits, mushrooms, and bamboo. So here's a collection of what we're going to be going over, and then we'll start at the top. These are native fruits, so basically when you first start the game, you're going to have one of these 5 fruits spawn in your town automatically. So in this town, my fruit is apple as my native fruit. And what that does is it just dictates how much your fruit is going to be sold for. So in this town, since my native fruit is apple, my apples sell for 100 bells, or 120 if I have the bell boom ordinance. If I had all of these other fruits for sale, the peach, orange, cherry, or pear, if I took one of those into Reese to sell, it would sell for 500 bells, which is 5 times more than this because apples already spawn in this town. Therefore, if Reese is buying them, they're not as rare, so that kind of makes sense. So it's 500 for any other type, and then 600 bells if you have the bell boom ordinance. Also, when you first start the game, you're going to have 1 perfect fruit going on a tree. So there'll be like 2, for example, in my town there was 2 regular apples and then 1 perfect apple, and I would suggest to plant the apple instead of selling it. Selling it will give you a good amount of bells, but if you plant the tree, then you can harvest more perfect apples, which I'll show you in just a second. But I'll go over the prices of the perfect apple, or perfect fruits in general. So if you sell it in your own town, so it's your native fruit, if I go and sell my perfect apple in my town, it actually sells for 600 bells, which is not a bad deal, considering, even if you go to someone else's town to sell your native fruit, it's only 500. However, if you take that fruit and sell it in a non-native town, it's going to be 3,000, so it's 5 times more again. So you get 3,000 bells for selling a non-native perfect fruit in that town. Now, depending on if you have the bell boom ordinance, and this applies to the town you're selling it in, so if you go to someone else's town and they do have the bell boom ordinance, that 3,000 is going to become actually 3,600. Or if you're selling your own perfect apple in your town and you have the bell boom ordinance, it's going to be 720 is going to be the amount that you'll be able to sell that for. And again, it's 20% markup, so it's not hard to figure out. I just wanted to go over those with you since it's not that hard to do myself and let you know. So anyways, I'm standing by this perfect apple tree. By the way, do not take a perfect fruit that is not native to your town. So if I took one of those, other fruits, so I took the perfect peach and I planted it in my town, it would actually just become a peach tree. You can only grow perfect fruit that is native to your town. So because my town is natively apples, I can have this perfect apple tree. So the difference between a perfect fruit tree and a regular fruit tree is no matter how many times you harvest or you shake the tree to get the fruit down and collect them, the regular trees will never die. But this one, however, will. After 5 to 7 harvests, it's random, then you will see this happening. So the leaves fall off and you'll have 1 rotten apple along with 2 perfect apples. So the first one I picked up was rotten, and then these 2 are perfect. So what you'll have to do if you want to have, not a random, base of a tree here, you'll have to take an axe and chop it down, and then you can actually dig up the stump and rebury the perfect tree in the same spot if you want. See over here on this rotten peach, there are actually ants on them, and you can catch them. That also works with like rotten turnips and things like that. So if you want to catch ants, just leave whatever rotten fruit out. If you go to sell the rotten fruit in retail, it actually sells for 400 bells, or 480 if you, you have to pay 400 bells to get rid of it. Otherwise, you'd pay 480 in a bell boom town, just because it's trash, and to dispose of trash, they make you pay that. So you could either take the rotten apple to retail. You can, if you have a trash can, which I suggest you invest in if you want to just throw stuff away instead and not have to pay, you can put one of those in your house. It's a trash can, trash bin, whatever, garbage can, whatever you can get. They all work the same, they just look different. But you can just dispose of it that way. Or what I like to do is to bury the tree, or bury the fruit, and you can already see that it's wilted. Nothing's gonna grow from this tree. But what I do is I just bury it and then I just dig it up, because normally if I'm harvesting a lot of different things, and that's just the easiest way I found to do that, without having to, waste any bells or things like that. So those are the native fruits plus the perfect fruits. Something I would mention, and I'll show you guys, is if you happen to eat a perfect fruit, so I'll eat this perfect apple I picked up, you'll actually have like a face after, like a emote even. So they're pretty happy after eating those. It doesn't really do anything, it just, lets you know, this perfect apple, oh, it's super delicious, I don't know. But anyways, moving on to the tropical fruit, it's durian, persimmon, lychee, lemon, mango, coconut, and banana. These will all be available to you on the island. So if you go on tours and say you go on like the fishing tour and there's trees, you can go and find these fruits just randomly on the trees there. Also, if you go to your beach, you'll find coconuts, I believe. I don't remember if it's coconuts or bananas, or maybe it's both. But definitely you'll be able to get all of these fruits on the islands. Just go to tours that don't involve, fruit being part of it. Like, don't go to the labyrinth hunt expecting to bring back fruit, because that's part of the game. You won't bring it back. So go to any other random ones that have trees in the island tours, and then you can take these home by putting them in your bin. Any tropical fruits will sell for 250 bells, or 300 if you have the bell boom ordinance going on. So that's something to note. All of these fruits you can plant and have grow in your town. So if you look around here, since mine are native apples, I planted these here. So I have a cherry, orange, peach, or pear, then peach. And then over here I have a lemon, lychee, durian, persimmon, mango, apple, and then these two on the end here, the coconut and banana, you actually have to plant on your beach. So that's where the coconuts and banana trees will grow. So something I would like to know also that I found kind of strange is, one of the times that my villager asked me to give him like a fruit, I went to my beach and gave him a coconut because I didn't really want to shake any of the trees that were on, my mainland. So I went to the beach because it wasn't as disruptive. I gave him a coconut, and basically what he said to me was along the lines of, "Oh, why would you give me this? Do you want me to break my jaw trying to eat this?" And then after that, I tried to eat a coconut, and I was like, I can eat it. So I don't know if mares have super strong jaws or anything like that can just break through coconut shells super easily or whatever. But yeah. Anyways, these are the mushrooms that can be found in your town. In November, they kind of just spawn wherever. If you look here, this is a mushroom that spawned in November. Usually they don't spawn just next to trees. They spawn more next to stumps, and especially stumps that have designs on them. So if you look at this tree stump, there's kind of like a cat on there, like a cat face. So this famous mushroom grew next to it. And then I have another tree stump up here, which is the new leaf symbol, and so these mushrooms grew around it. But normally, if it's just a regular tree stump without a design in the middle or a tree, mushrooms will not grow there. But if you have the ones with the special designs, they can grow around there all year. So that's what's special about those. I will show you. So here's a different kind of tree stumps you can get. Sun, bullseye, heart, Red's art logo, a star, a 4-leaf clover, the new leaf symbol, the cat, the Triforce, a flower, an X marks the spot, an orange, and a music note, and a butterfly. So those were the basic tree stumps you can find in your town. It's just random how they spawn. You can't really, at least as far as I know, that you can't make certain ones spawn. So just plant trees and cut them down if you want specific ones around your town. So I'll go over these: round mushroom, flat mushroom, skinny mushroom, elegant mushroom, rare mushroom, famous mushroom, and that's a bamboo shoot. So these two on the left here, the round mushroom and the flat mushroom, they sell for $200 each, or $240 if you have the bell boom ordinance. The skinny mushroom right here is going to sell for $300 each, or $360 with the bell boom. Then this elegant mushroom actually sells for 10,000 bells, or 12,000 if you have the bell boom ordinance. And the rare mushroom and the famous mushroom actually sells for 16,000 each, or 19,200 with the bell boom ordinance. And then a bamboo shoot sells for 750, or 900 if you have the bell boom ordinance. And as far as eating these mushrooms, like, I don't believe the rare mushroom actually does anything, but I knew the famous one does. Just want to double check. Oh, it does. Okay, so the rare mushroom will have you make that same face as if you ate a perfect fruit. Now I'll check the elegant mushroom, because I actually haven't eaten. I've eaten the other ones just because I needed to get rid of them and I didn't really care about them. But the elegant and the rare mushrooms, you make the same face as after you eat the perfect ones, and then these other ones you're not going to have any reaction to. So it looks like just because they're, fancy and expensive, you have that reaction. But I want to show you what the famous mushroom does. When you eat it, it actually makes you kind of like do the Mario thing. So you get super big, and then, I don't know, like, you grow smaller, but it's kind of cool. And all of these you can eat, by the way, except for rotten fruit. You can't get rid of them that way. And I will show you what the bamboo looks like in the town, because bamboo's a little bit different because it grows bamboo instead of trees. So here's like a little bamboo forest. You can see here this little bamboo shoot did not grow because it's too close to the other one. So you always have to have like a block around where nothing else will grow. So as long as there's one space around it, it usually will grow. So here you see all of these cracks in the ground. So the bamboo will just grow like this. And basically, if you leave it here, it's either going to die like that other one you saw, or it's going to grow if it can, and basically continue spreading. So like here is one that will probably be able to grow. I'll leave that one. But these ones I'll dig up just because I know they won't grow, and I just feel like that's a waste. If you can get bamboo, it comes from the TNT Emporium, so the last upgrade for Timmy and Tommy's. if you can get it, it costs $3,000, but it sells for $750 or $900, and basically it spawns at the same rate about as fruit does, except it's one bamboo shoot per one full-grown shoot. So that's about it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I was able to help. If you guys have any requests for videos, or if you have questions, let me know, and I will get to them as soon as possible. And thank you again for watching. Love you guys. See you guys in my next video. Bye.